Okay, I uploaded this question on my Facebook page, and the question is under ratio actually. So I just decided that we check out some of the basics under ratio. So let's see this question. It says increase 820 in the ratio 5 to 2. So how do you start? Just write out your particular ratio 5 to 2, and we have 820 to increase now. But the idea here is I want to place this 820 under one of these ratios. Am I placing it under 2 or I'm placing it under 5? But the idea is since it asks you to increase it, since it said increase 820, it means it is small. And since it is small, I'm putting it under the smaller ratio, which is 2. They said increase 820, so definitely this value is small and they want you to make it big. So since it's small, place it under your ratio 2. So 820 belongs to 2. And they said increase, that means the bigger value that belongs to 5, which we don't know, we'll call x, is what we are asked to find. Increase 820 in the ratio 5 to 2. And since they asked you to increase 820, it means it is small. So I'm placing it under the smaller ratio so that I can find the corresponding value under the bigger ratio. And of course, they said you should increase it. So definitely the one under the 5 is the increased version of the 820. So we're going to now convert our ratio to an equation involving fractions. So I'm going to do it this way. I can say 2 over 5 must also be equal to 820 over x. 820 over x. Don't forget that 2 over 5 is an equivalent fraction of 820 over the value we don't know. So this 2 over 5 and 820 over this value we don't know are equivalent in nature. So 2 over 5 equals to 820 over x. Be very careful the way you arrange them. Don't do 2 over 5 equals to x over 20. No, if you are doing right to left, that's 2 over 5. You must also do right to left for the other fraction down. So 2 over 5 is equal to 820 over x. Then this is your game changer here. So you can now cross multiply. So 2 times x is 2x equals 820 times 5. 820 times 5. So we have 2x equals, let's multiply, 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 times 0 carry 1. 5 times 8 is 40 plus that one I carried 41. I can now divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. 2 cancels 2. So my value for x is now equal to 2 in 4 is 2. Then 2 in 1, it can't divide, so I'm going to write 0. Then I'm going to now include this 0 here to make the 1 and 0 here 10. So 2 in 10 is 5. Then 2 into 0 is 0. So this is my increased version. That means if I increase 820 in this particular ratio, I'm going to get 2050. It's very simple. So if they even say decrease 200 in the ratio 1 to 4, it's easy to do. The same trick here. So since it said you should decrease 200, let me write out my ratio first of all, 1 to 4, and I have 200 to decrease. Since they want you to decrease 200, it means 200 is large and they want you to make it small. Since it is large, place it under the larger ratio, which is 4. So put 200 under the larger ratio. Then the corresponding value for this other smaller ratio is what you want to find. After all, they said decrease. So if you decrease, it's going to be smaller and it's going to be placed under this other smaller ratio. So let's fix x here since we don't know it. And of course, we now convert it to equations involving fractions. So I'm going to say 4 over 1 must be equal to 200 over x. See, I'm doing it correspondingly. Equals to 200 over x. Then I can now cross multiply. 4 times x is 4x equals 200 times 1 is 200. Then I'm dividing both sides by 4. So 4 cancels 4. Then 4 in 20 is 5, 4 in 0 is 0. So my x is 20. So if I decrease 200 in this using this ratio, I'll get a smaller value, and that value is corresponding here for my ratio 1. So don't forget, they say decrease, it means it's big. They say decrease this value, it means it is big already and they want you to make it small. So you are placing it under the bigger one since it is big. If they now say increase, it means it is small. They are placing it under the smaller one. Then you are putting x on the other side. Then you convert to an equation and then you solve. It's very simple.